Good morning, guys. So I wanted to get on and share, what did community mean to you? What does community mean to you? Now, I know that Jesus went off to pray. He would isolate himself, and he just sometimes needed to be alone to pray. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we don't need a community. We don't need a body of people. We don't need, and I struggle with that because I really like to be isolated, and I like to just be focused on the Lord and very fervent towards what I'm feeling. And I'll let all that bottle up and I'll forget that really I'm supposed to be embodied with other believers. Now, if anyone else struggles with this problem of not letting people in, and there's this past burden of pain and things that you haven't quite surrendered, which I understand and I identify with, the Lord wants to heal those areas. And I think that the only way that you can really truly learn how to connect with people is if you let them in. If you don't know how to do that, then connection with others is going to be very, very hard, because connection takes give and take. It's both. I've also seen in the past where I would try to just love on someone to the truth and be upon them and hear about their story, but they want to hear about mine, right? They want to know me. And same goes for you. If there is a situation where you're like, I can just give and not have to give out, I can just receive and understand their hearts. They don't really need to look into my inner places. And that's just not how relationships and connections work. It's kind of like a protection method of keeping yourself safe. It's like those barriers that are keeping you safe. Anyway, if you have those barriers, the Lord wants to heal those areas in this season. And in order for you to fulfill his purpose, it is important that you connect with others and you get into a good group of people and you learn how to love others. Loving others it's definitely something that takes a lot of work and effort and discipline and kindness and sacrifice and dying to self. It's not something that just comes naturally. Because I love others, but I don't always know how to love them enough to die to myself, which I know we all struggle with that, right? That's, but I wanted to share that you have to do certain things and adhere to certain ways, including dying to your own, in order to love people properly. And that's what today's message is about. So I hope it blesses you, and I hope y'all are having a great week. God bless you.